Hey everybody, it is Tim and
Stephanie with the Whittemore Group.
And we're here with another iteration with Wednesday with the Whittemore Group. And today what we're going to talk about are tips for military spouses during PCSs. So we got about 20 tips that we're going to go over. So let's just jump right into it. What do we got?
All right, so you want to start by studying a perimeter around your next town, because it's amazing just how much maps help you visualize your new city. Right. Everything from major roadways to Starbucks can be located. If you take an early trip to a house hunt, connecting names with actual landmarks and street signs can be so much easier. Ask your incoming real estate agent for their recommendations, or just consult with the good old Google.
That's right, and Google can actually let you drop pins so you can have a street view on it, which is actually pretty cool. It's almost like you're there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see people on the streets, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right, next is now's probably the time to start looking over the lease that you've had to see what everything is going to come to when you actually have to move. So don't overlook those details. See how deposits are going to work, cleaning, things of that nature. Also, any future leases, if you're looking to rent at the next place that you're looking into, that's something that you probably want to look over. Also, if you own a home, this is a great time to start figuring out, hey, do I want to rent this thing out or do I want to sell it? So contact your local real estate agent. They should be able to give you some good ideas. If not, you can look on our channel on YouTube, and we have another video for that, amazingly enough.
Yeah. And also, it's never too early to get familiar with potential travel plans, especially if the PCS is scheduled for a popular summer relocation period. Plane tickets and hotel rooms will be scarce closer to departure, and moving around major holidays like Christmas will also put a squeeze on the wallet and availability.
Absolutely. The sooner that you can plan this out, the better it will be. Even if you plan on going into military TLF, temporary housing, ensure that that there is going to be availability. Sometimes they don't let you book until a certain time out. Figure out what that is, and that should help you out tremendously. Also, if a particular school was a reason that you were choosing a specific house when you're moving to the next area, make sure that you call ahead to see what the particulars are for that. Consult the school's website, but best yet is probably to actually give them a call, let them know that you're coming in, and get the particulars for your kids. Right,
and you also want to talk with your family's school's administration about paperwork. You may need to fill out release forms and test for test and grade scores. And you also want to leave a good forwarding address so you don't miss out on any paperwork later on in the future.
Absolutely. Also, when you're moving, extend some extra time for your hotels and cars and things to kind of avoid, all right? Because it's probably going to take a little bit longer during that travel period. So make sure to get some extra entertainment, download some new tunes, get some new chargers, enough for at least you and the kiddos, upload the iPad, get some new games on there to occupy their times. Definitely. And then, of course, snacks.
Yes.
Not just for the kids, for us too.
Right. That's my favorite part of traveling, is eating good old snacks. Another thing you do not want to forget is to change your Amazon address for all you Amazon primers out there. You think planning ahead, getting necessary items delivered to you or to your new home, but one little slip up and all your good intentions are sent back to your previous address.
Right. And somebody's going to be super happy about that.
Oh, yes.
Depending on what you ordered.
Right.
All right, speaking of that, make sure to cancel any subscriptions you might have, to include what's on Amazon, because they have subscriptions now too. Right. So if you have food delivery, if you have somebody that cleans your place, if you're lucky enough for that, once a month gift boxes for you or maybe your puppies. I've seen somebody that's had that. But make sure that you do cancel those things so that you don't miss out on the latest and greatest.
Right, don't do that. All right, and is your family a big fan of the library? So if they are, don't take those books with you across the country. Return those items and resist the urge to get more or face fines and possible postage fees to send them back. In fact, as the purging process starts, return all borrowed items from friends and family, and I'm sure they'll be glad to get those items back.
That's right. Next thing you know, they're going to be packed up by somebody else and be like, yeah, I forgot about it. It's in a box now.
Yeah.
All right, well, if you're lucky enough to stay in an area for a while, make sure to look on some military moving resources while you're heading out. There are groups on Pinterest and Facebook. There's actually a lot on Facebook. For different areas. There's usually a military spouses page where you can get a lot of good recommendations about either moving to or moving away from some areas. You can also check out the militarymove.mil, and that should give you some additional resources as well.
Yes, it should. It's the worst to show up to new base and have the gate guard tell you that your ID has expired. So that means no commissary for you. Write a quick list of any identification that will expire near the time of your move, like military IDs, driver's license, passports are the big ones to check. So it's easier to navigate the facilities you already know than anxiously learn where the best DMV is in your new town.
Yes. Speaking of DMV, don't forget about your car's maintenance and documentation. Whether when you move to the next place that you plan on moving your tags over there or if you're going to keep it the same, make sure to figure that out, because if that's going to be the case, it might be the best scenario to pay for that up front in that particular state to keep that registration going. Nothing hurts more than having to go renew your tags out of state.
Oh yeah, it can be stressful. Now the dog is probably already sensing your PCS stress, and our pets, unfortunately, are occasionally the family member that gets forgotten until the last minute. So schedule your pet's travel care plans early. Peak moving months often coincide with vacation times, which means limited availability for boarding and transport. While he's there, update shots and collect any necessary paperwork before your move as well.
Absolutely. Also, prescription medication is crucial, definitely for somebody in your family or your pets.
Right.
So make sure to inspect the refills, figure out as much as you can actually have and are allowed to have on you prior to moving. Know that when you're going to get there, you still have to figure out which pharmacy you're going to be using and everything else. So one important thing is for sure, make sure to update your DEERS information as soon as possible.
Right, and it also doesn't hurt to ask your current doctors if they have any recommendations or colleagues in your next town. You never know where they'll have a professional connection. The same goes for your current real estate agent. They might be able to refer you one at your next duty station.
Yeah, that's true. We got friends all over the place.
Yes, we do.
All right. Do you have good intentions of cleaning out your rental prior to moving out of there? If you're looking to sell, make sure to contact your real estate agent at least 90 days prior. I mean, the sooner the better. So as soon as you get orders and you're like, I don't know what to do, go ahead and ask us and see what the best situation is for you. Whether you need to sell or rent out, we got the best suggestions for you. But going back to the cleaning, if you plan on doing it yourself, know that it can get pretty hectic right after everybody gets in and cleans everything out. Next thing you know, you don't have cleaning supplies, things like that. So I would save up a couple extra bucks and have a cleaning crew come in. We have suggestions for cleaning crews. We use them all the time. Of course, you can go online, get some resources there, or ask somebody that just PCSed out of there.
Right. I've always hated the cleaning process when it came time to move. It's the worst part. But
always,
you find some good stuff, too.
That is true.
Also, you've likely had some significant people affect your life where you were stationed. So it's a nice gesture to leave them a good parting gift to show how much that they've really meant to you. Not only friends and neighbors, but those that you couldn't possibly live without, such as teachers and babysitters, your hairstylist. And if you plan to purchase any gift that's produced locally, just be sure to buy them before you've left the town.
Oh yeah, for sure. And speaking of that, if you have any of the other gift cards, like local gift cards that you've got, make sure to redeem them prior or use those for those gifts for those people before you leave out.
Great idea. Great idea.
It doesn't make sense to travel.
Right. And thoughtfully consider what to feed your moving crew.
Oh, yeah.
You might need to put in an order for sandwich trays for a few days early, and don't forget water and possibly some snacks, because I'm sure they'll be working up an appetite packing up all your belongings.
They really love it when you do that for them. It's not required, but they definitely do.
Yeah.
All right, and the last thing that we have for you is know that your days at your current home are short and time's moving pretty quick, all right? And what I would suggest is to do a last-minute gathering. get all your friends, whether it's informal, impromptu, whatever, get everybody over there before they move everything out and just have a nice little goodbye, which is great before the movers come through. The other great part about that is if you've got extra stuff in your fridge, some frozen items, things that you don't want to travel with, this is a great time to go ahead and cook all that stuff up, have a little barbecue, whatever it is. Any alcohol you don't want to bring, that will definitely bring your friends over.
Yes.
If they're all my military friends, they love a good libation. So put all those things together, have a one last, hey, we'll see you soon, and go from there.
Sounds like fun.
So those are all the tips that we've got for you for military spouses when you are PCSing. If you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to us. You can comment below this video here or reach out to us directly. If you know anybody else that could use this information, make sure to like and share this with them. And we'll see you next time. I'm Tim.
I'm Stephanie.
Take care.
Bye.